Hello, it's Spaztastic. Welcome to SpaztasticTV. Today I want to show you two little radios. One that I bought at one I bought off of Wish, and the other one I bought at Family Dollar. And compare the two because there's a comparison that's quite big between the two. Anyhow, I'm looking at the KNSTAR K258 and the Westinghouse whatever it says in the title of this video. But anyhow, since having me stand here and hold boxes with radios in them is boring, let's go ahead and jump cut to the TV deal. Alright, so let's get to everybody's favorite part of one of these videos, other than my lighting's better than most people's and whatnot, is the unboxing. Now, neither of these radios have batteries in them, so I've already put batteries in them. I know I really hate unboxings. There's no instructions that you really need for these because they're AM/FM radios. But anyhow, that's what they look like. Pull the antenna on that one all the way out, pull the antenna on that one all the way out, touch the tips that you couldn't see because it wasn't in frame. The reason why I like these little radios, I mean, like if you actually looked at my channel, I mean, like the first product review I ever did on this channel was of a radio that put a card up in the corner of the screen. But these radios right here, one of these, this one cost me $17 because I had to have it shipped from Wish. I paid $8 for this one at Family Dollar. Now, is there a comparison between these two radios? Not really. This one looks way nicer. But let's go ahead and let's look at the KNSTAR. I'll just set this off to the back. Turn it on to AM and turn it on, which you just turn the little knob right there to turn it on. And I actually have a radio station. But let's go through the bands. And if you don't go that, if you go quickly, you'll never pick up a radio station with this thing. And I'm wondering why that is.
Conclusion as well.
That sounds like the exact same radio station, because that happens sometimes with the AM band. Now you might be saying, why are you listening to AM? Well, sometimes you might be out in the middle of nowhere and it's the only thing that comes in. People from the East Coast, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. People from the West Coast will know what I'm talking about. Turn the FM band and just go through the radio stations fairly quickly. And there's an issue that I've noticed right off the bat when I'm using this thing, is that I'm nowhere near on the tuning band where these radio stations are.
It's kind of cool. They're giving away I've got all the new technology.
Mobile.com.
Now, if I go all the way down here to the bottom of the thing, the first radio station that should come in, there's an 88.3, which is like some public access radio station. They're not really a public access radio station. This is like one of those free press radio stations. There's a few of them here. You got 88.3, 90.1, which is NPR, and 90.9, which is KRCL, which is the local, whatever the hell you want to call it, radio station. But I guarantee you, I'm going to have to scroll quite a ways up just to hit the one classical radio station.
Sitting up so that I wouldn't
Nope.
choke on my own saliva.
The hell is this?
In her
Okay, I'm actually going to show you right now. If you look at the little tuning band, it's almost where it says, goddamn lights. It's almost where it says 92. And I'm on like 89 point, like something or other, whatever this classic station's on. So that's a problem. And then when I've actually scrolled through the radio stations when I was testing this off camera, not all the radio stations came in. Now, that's a problem when it comes to a radio like this, because as you could hear, it wouldn't pick up an AM thing, and it has like some weird like discriminator thing in it, which a lot of these cheaper radios it seems like has. I'm not 100% sure on this, but it seems like it tries to digitally freaking lock onto a band when you're scrolling through it, and when you're having it on AM and it has a crappy AM receiver because the FCC doesn't regulate that kind of thing, it won't tune into a radio station properly, because it'll sit there and it's like it drifts on the radio station, especially on AM. It does it really badly. I mean, that's the KNSTAR. I mean, obviously sound quality is not a little thing, and you might be wondering, why are you looking at these little battery powered radios? You could just use your phone or whatnot. Well, there could be a natural disaster or whatnot, and if you have one of these things laying around, well, probably not this one, it could be your gateway to be able to get information, have entertainment, because like when I did a video with another card up on the screen where we had a bit of a natural disaster here where we had a windstorm that knocked the power out, I turned on one of my radios so I could listen to like the news and stuff and, at least be entertained while I was waiting for him to get the power back on. But anyhow, let's go ahead and let's look at the Westinghouse. Actually, what model is this? The WST100. And it turns on a similar way, I think. No, you got to turn it on through the bands. And they aren't really well labeled. They're labeled on the back. The top one's AM. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. The first one, the first radio station that would pop up would be a talk radio station, which is also 105.9, which is usually like a kind of conservative talk radio type thing.
Or you, or any of us.
But it probably has a financial show on right now. So let's go through the bands.
Even when we disagree, okay, and it sort of on the ground floor. Nights in this room, or maybe out to get.
Que a través de la
And there's two Spanish stations on AM here that actually come in really well. But if you already noticed, even though it didn't really tune in very well, I was picking up a lot more radio stations on AM. So let's go, and they're about where they should be on the band. So let's go to FM and see what the difference is.
You make.
I cannot. Those things. And today.
For half a decade. This day and age. Easter. Upgrades or accessory.
And dare I say, this radio does sound a little better. But anyhow, when it comes down to these little radios, it'd be like, this one obviously is a way better radio. It picks up more radio stations. It weighs less. It doesn't look as nice. But they're both powered off of 2 AA's. This is something I would throw in an emergency kit. That other one, kind of wasted my money on it, to be honest with you. And I'm not going to test the headphone jacks or just see how long the battery life lasts, because I'd assume it's probably around 3 hours, because most of these are generally around 3 hours. But hopefully you found something about this video somewhat entertaining. And if anybody knows about like a digital discriminator that they have like on little radios like this, and I also need to quit buying white radios because contrast issues. I could fuck with that in post. But yeah, I mean, like having a little radio like this in like an emergency kit or what, you can actually kind of see the speaker in there. Like I can see it better on the screen than I can with my eyes. Sorry if I get a little interrupted right there, but yeah, having a little radio like this in like an emergency kit or something, or just have it laying it around. You go camping or something, go ahead and turn it on, get some tunes going, and have a good time. But as I said, no reason to test the headphone jack. I assume it works. Probably a mono headphone jack, because that's how they do things with these things. Because God forbid they solder another connection onto it, but it only has one speaker in it. But yeah, no, if anybody actually knows anything about like how these tunings work on like radios like this, and why I can't actually tune in a radio station, because I have several radios that have that problem. Please feel free to let me know down in the comment section. Hopefully you found this video entertaining. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. But anyhow, I'm Spaztastic. Thanks for watching.